G'day everyone and welcome to the Forgotten Studio. If you've seen the mini trailer that I did, this is a park that I started creating in 2018 and I was meant to release in 2022, but back then I wasn't really confident in releasing full parks. So this pretty much sat on the back burner, and then I pretty much forgot about it when I got my new PC because I didn't really download Planet Coaster until only recently to go back and look at stuff, and I found all of this on here. So this is one of the beautiful things that I have sat and painstakingly created, because when I used to see people create their own full parks, I used to think, oh, I can never do that. But then, as I said, it was that comment that I read that I was like, oh, it would be cool to make this backlot tour into a tram thing, especially with the Studios pack when it came out. So this is the result of it. I did do a whole park. It was only recently when I was talking about the Parades pack that I was like, I don't think I'll ever do another park again with Movie World. And I was like, hang on a minute, I'm pretty sure I had a Planet Studio pack. And the whole reason I kind of want to show you all of this is because my secret theory, if you've seen a tweet, or what's it called, an X went around with the devs hinting that there's another Planet game coming out, and obviously we have Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, and I've always thought Planet Movie would be a really cool thing. I don't know if anyone's played the movies. If you're as old as me, I remember playing that as a little kid, and that was insane to me to be able to make my own movies, and I thought that'd be really cool to be able to make it in a Planet Coaster game, which obviously led to me creating the sets and the backlot tour, and pretty much all of the sets that I made were basically from the movies, and then bringing it in to this, creating a full park. You'll see little hints from everywhere that I grabbed little things. As I said, this was my first attempt at a full park, so this was pretty much in between all of my big videos that I was doing. It was probably about 2 years of me just coming back in maybe once or twice a week and playing around a little bit and doing different things, and you're pretty much getting the first look since 2022. I've literally just booted up the game and clicked on the load button and sat for half an hour and waited for it to load. As you can see, it's very choppy. I've had to pause it because of the frame rates that I get for it. But yeah, we're pretty much going to be doing our own little tour of it. I'm not sure where we're going to go. I'm not sure what screens are missing, as I got the little warning at the start saying that a lot of screens are missing. But yeah, we're pretty much just going to go in and I don't know, go over everything, I guess. Oh, I thought the game was crashing then. A bit scary. As you can see, the front of the park, I thought to do something completely different, because for some reason with these beautiful Planet Coaster games and Planet Zoo games, you're set in the middle of nowhere. It is the most weirdest thing I think that they do, and they seem to have not been able to find a workaround on it, which is fair enough, I guess. Like, you don't really want to be wasting space around there, but the closest I think they came was in the Studios pack when we got the little city that was off on the side, and oh no, it was the Ghostbusters, I think. I'm not sure. It might have been the Ghostbusters that we got the little city off to the side. And even that was still like, it was still barren around the outside, but yeah, it's really weird. So I thought, well, why wouldn't you just have an airport where the guests come in and they arrive? And then obviously I went a step further of, you can get here by helicopter or by plane or hot air balloon, or in my case, by portal, which is the main part as everyone comes into the area. And it's very nostalgic at the moment seeing this, because as I said, I haven't seen it since 2022, so I might not have a lot of reasoning behind a lot of the decisions I made, but I'll try to remember a lot. This is my attempt at the Disneyland sightlines break that I think it was around, no, this wasn't then. Some documentary came out on Disney talking about their sightlines, and the whole reason why they had that train station going along the front was to separate you from, this is the outside life, this is the park. So you need to forget the outside and you're in Disney. And I was playing Mafia 2, I think it was, and they had this really cool bridge set up here. If I can find a photo, I'll put it on the screen now. But that's when I was like, that'd be a cool entrance. And if I found the photo, comment down below and give the video a like, because I would have had to go through so much old footage to try and find that picture. But yeah, we're going to head in. You pretty much go in and then we go up to the highest step for the whole park. Not really sure what way to go. I'll probably miss a couple of things. As I said, I don't know whether this will be uploaded or not. I still have no idea whether it's what's missing, what works, what doesn't work. But I think if we do a circle pattern and go around this way. So this is my little Cyberpunk area, my attempt at a Cyberpunk area, I should say. This came out when the first trailer for Cyberpunk came out. Not the gameplay one, the one of the girl with the bionic arms, and she was getting shot in slow motion. And I thought, oh, that'd be cool, because that's probably my #1 game is Cyberpunk 2077. I love that game. As much hate as it received, I really enjoyed it. But put a nice little food area back here. Guess we'll be able to walk through and sort of get a nice movie vibe of a backstage area. So when I was designing a lot of these, I wanted it to be as if you could film in any of these spots and it be like an actual movie studio. So obviously you wouldn't shoot that way and see all that there, but you would cut it off on angles and be able to do different things. But yeah, I think it came out pretty nice. Very early building, which is pretty cool to see. I'll go this way so I don't ruin the reveal of my big claim to fame that I really enjoyed making, which is my Crash Team Racing. Here is my little Easter egg. So keep an eye out for little movie Easter eggs throughout it. I'm starting to remember some of them, so if I do see them, I'll point them out. If I don't, then please do comment below that you've seen something and put the time that you've seen it. But this is the Spider-Man sequence where he stops the train with spider webs. I thought that would be really cool to create a photo opportunity for guests to stand in front of and pretend that either they stopped the train or whatever else. But look at this. This is beautiful early building here where you had to make do with the pieces we had. No resizing tool back then. Same as the camera. The camera is very weird in Planet Coaster when you go back, but this is Crash Team Racing. If anyone's seen this, I'm not sure if you're new to the channel, you might not have, but this was my go-karts that I thought would be really cool for a theme park to take over and create and make their own sort of Crash Team Racing race. So playing around with this was really fun to try and do stuff on a smaller scale. So obviously we have the resize tool now, so this would be completely different with the resize tool, but having these pieces that are normal size, so the trees and such and the rocks, making them look small and have that perspective as the bigger trees down below and the smaller trees at the top. That was really fun to try and recreate. And obviously the cartoon element of islands off in the distance, waves, whatever else. This was like, look at that. Sometimes you just sit back in your creations and go, that's pretty cool. That's pretty close to the game from memory, my opinion. You might disagree, but I wanted to try and hit as many different zones as I could, as this was pretty much mine and my brother's favorite games was Crash Bandicoot. So being able to create a theme park sort of ride in it that doesn't really exist was pretty cool to try and design and work out how to do things. But you can see I really tried with the perspectives of little houses in the distance, the volcano that's burning away or in the distance, and whatever else. Really cool to see. I haven't seen this since I built it, which is really weird because like I've always been a channel that hasn't got many views, and like I've been fine with that. And when I released the Crash Bandicoot one, I think it has maybe 200 views. So it wasn't really many people asking, saying, where is it? I want to be able to download it, because now we don't have the access to Planet Coaster 2 saves from console to PC and PC to console this time. So it's pretty cool that we can do that now. But you know, creating a cool go-kart was very fun. Oh, awesome. So some of the video screens are working. So real fun to try and work this out. Oh, screen's going very weird. Let's see if we can get it going a little bit. Okay, awesome. Look at that. So that was cool to recreate. So I don't think I have the save file. This was a massive room that I dug underground. So this is really close to the camera. And these are massive piles of just gold and rock and all different things, and you can see there's a coaster, like, to show you the scale of how big this room was. Just for this little screen was massive, of a coaster going around and it being interactive, and it's literally 2 seconds for when they fly past here. Look at that, that's all you'd see. I'm going to pause again because it's very choppy, this thing. A lot of this is in the dark, so you don't really see this. I'll come back through and show you it at night, because this was mainly designed as you really wouldn't see much, especially with the lights. Here we have our little bone thing that you follow, and then I was like, it'd be cool if we could go underwater, and this was my awesome underwater scene, which is obviously not really underwater. Creating fake tunnels, creating fake fishing, like she's really fishing over the top. Really fun to create the bombs and such, the fake speed boosts and such. Really cool, really cool. Let's try and show you it at night, just to get a perspective. So we have our, obviously, our grandstand for the finish. Now, beautiful speakers blaring. Be a really fun to light and play around with this one, especially in the old game. You had a lot of different choices for lighting, so very, very fun. Let's see, we'll go under here, and the reveal of the cave. See, I wanted it to look like there was light coming down from the tunnel. Man, we really miss these lights that have beams on it, don't we? Come on, dev team, that's what we want. Let me create cool shows again. Look at that. Lighting was so much fun back then. There's so many, like, different workarounds you had to get around. Whoa, we're getting really frame rates beautiful on this one. Look at that. Real cool. Real fun to create this one. I had a lot of fun doing that. This is what I want. Give me my moving lights. That's all I want. I want to be able to create shows again. Okay, we'll go back to daytime. And we'll get out of here. So you would win, you'd exit, and you could come over here and have a photo on top of it. And that was where I had my dancing Crash Bandicoot, which was fun to make. It was just fun to experiment. I just remember just playing around and just doing whatever, like it, because this just really didn't matter what was happening. Toilets, merch, cool. Very, very cool. So it's really heavily inspired to... Did I put anything in here? Nope. Heavily inspired by a lot of different parks. So you'll see this is from Universal. I really loved that Universal had their fake building facades and such. And we'll get to that up here of the forced perspective of these are really tiny, but it's designed to look cool. Here is our awesome photo opportunity with Planet Coaster, the original. Mrs. Coaster isn't around yet, but you can get a photo, and then you have the prop master. So pretty much everything that I couldn't fit, especially in a movie studio, they'd probably have a area where everything's set up for you to just chill and relax and do whatever, I guess, with all the different massive props. I'm not going to go to nighttime for everything, but let's have a look at our first little bit of Mainstreet that I sort of designed. So you can pretty much see that it's set in a New York street, and I don't think I put anything in these. Nope. Cool. Fake buildings. We got our Ghostbusters pack, but then obviously with these buildings and these awesome fake facade pieces that we had, you can create like a cool fake city that was really fun. As I said, like, it's trying to keep it to where if they wanted to film down here, they could set off the thing and film and do whatever they want, pretty much whenever they wanted. I'm pretty sure from memory this is our little cinema, because I wanted an area where I could watch film from. Oh. There you go. This is the reason why I don't do seating in my stadiums, because the frame rate is terrible. Look at the little projectors. That's cool. Yeah, very cool, because I used to watch a lot of I don't know, it was really weird back in the day. I used to, like, for me, if I get a song or a trailer or something into my head, like a movie trailer, I'm a sucker for a good movie trailer, but I'll download it and then I have to listen to it on repeat so that it gets out of my brain. That is the biggest thing that I need to just replay it so that I can just forget it, which is really fun to have to go over and over again. A lot of fake buildings. Looks like I filled out a couple with restaurants and such. As I said, it was my first attempt at a full theme park, and you can tell why I was scared to release it, because a lot of these areas are very weird and very like, looks like I've done full restaurants in here. Yep. See, like, over the top for no reason, for some reasons. Not for some reasons. Got your little set here that you could, oh, I'm filming in New York and whatever else, and have your fake facade buildings. There's your alleyways that don't really go anywhere. Merchandise, so they're just, yep, okay, cheated again. Is this Hey Sushi? Yes, it is. Nice, sorry if I'm making you sick by flying around. We got our cool little photo opportunities for guests. Come down here, and then I think I should be able to loop back, so we'll come back to that section. We'll just go down here. Had a little Central Park section where they might film romantic movies or such. You got your cafe here. From memory, I did a restaurant up here as well. Yes, Cosmic Cow, right next to the railway. So initially I wanted the railway to go all the way around the park, but it's not completed yet. See if that's makes more sense. King Coaster again. Really fun to play around with the billboards. As I said, like, every angle was trying to make it, because I think I just had this weird idea in my head that I was going to film a lot more movies and such in this game, and then just never did, mainly because of how hard it was. But this is Gotham City. You would have seen it in a lot of my little trailers that I did. And this is my first ride that I did, making my own custom. This is my first, like, fully custom ride, and this was mainly designed for Movie World. So when Movie World was looking to do another ride, I thought, well, this is going to be really cool. I'm going to make my own ride, and then hopefully they see it and they want to do it. So looks like a lot of the screens are missing, but we might be able to ride it. So you obviously come into the GCP D, I should say. You come down, and then we're going to get on it now, and I'll turn it to night so that you can watch it at night. Okay, so once you ride, obviously, hopefully you really enjoyed that. If it's muted in some sections, that's mainly due to copyright, but you can see we have the Joker and Harley Quinn in here, which I thought was really fun to redo, and then they will pretty much leave. But to give you, I don't think I've ever given a tour of this ride, so this is a really cool ride that I got to design. So obviously you're escaping from Gotham, blah blah blah, you know the story. You come up here into this ramp. Once you're in here, we hit our fake elevator. So that was just literally 2 screens with different lighting and different effects so that we give the illusion that you're traveling down an elevator. And then obviously you end up in the tunnels. We have all this set up here. And then we head into our main massive video screen wall. So that was set up. Man, it took me ages to film all of this, to design it and work out how to do it. I'm still not sure. If you want a full like breakdown of, I don't know what I might be able to save footage. I don't know if I have any really behind the scenes stuff anymore, but if you want to go raw in depth of what I did, just let me know in the comments, because that was a really fun one to make, especially working out the story beats of obviously going from the going through Gotham, flying through Gotham, ending up in the Batcave, and then ending up at Arkham, like going through all of them stages, coming around so that we could have our different beats of the story, as we obviously have the Riddler, and then we have Scarecrow, really, I should say. Then we have, because I had Riddler here as like a Riddler trophy, but then I had like Scarecrow's escape from his, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and then we come into the Joker for the final scene, which was really fun to create. We have an old lady watching TV in the window here, which you've probably seen in a couple of trailers. And then you had sort of like the ending where they would have, obviously, the helicopter crashes in the end. You'd have the helicopter here with sparks and all that coming off, and then the news report reporting. Then you go back into the GCP and it's over. So really fun to play around with that and see what I can create. But yeah, that's the Batman escape from Gotham. So now back to the tour. As we come back this way, we obviously needed a little subway sort of street for a lot of the films. If you watch the trailers for Batman Escape from Gotham and Huntrix from Hell, you'll see that I used a lot of these sets for a lot of this. So really cool to play around and have different like endings and such, that like the streets are all moving. Like it was really designed for a proper movie park as much as I could get it. Obviously would have been cool to release to everyone, but at the time, so I designed the Police Academy stunt show that was from Movie World and uploaded into the game, but I never had the idea of creating the Movie World the full park. So that this wasn't even a thought at the moment of creating Movie World as a full park. So this is where it ended up. It was just pretty much placed in the middle of this whole weird park. Yeah, really fun one to create. That one's probably my most viewed video. Actually, I think it's K-pop Demon Hunters now. I think it's over 100k I made in maybe a week or two. It's insane, that video. Oh no, don't ruin the reveal of my awesome bridge. Doesn't that look awesome? Movie magic, look at that. You come up here, you'd have your shot of the bridge, but then you realize it's only a little prop designed just for perspective as I sit up in my chair properly. Really fun to play with sightlines and such, that like guests would see only what they're meant to see, so you'd be able to film a whole movie and it'd be like, oh, we're in front of, is it Brooklyn Bridge? Is that the one that I'm thinking of? But then obviously they only have a section of the bridge there that you're only going to see. But we'll have a look at our studio tour. Now I probably could just put the ride on and then go around the ride, but you're not really going to see everything as it is. So we will go in and ride it, the studio tour, but we'll pretty much just walk the track from memory of what I remember it being. But our queue area was really fun to create. It's like a whole little movie prop section where you'd have all different things from movies set up, like cars and whatever else. Sort of really didn't know what to do in this area. Now showing, the Backlot tour takes you into the movies where you are the star. Management does not guarantee any fame gained or injury from ride. Sorry. See, that's your disclaimer. So that's how it is. But yeah, pretty cool to jump on this. Hopefully these return for Planet Coaster 2 because this was really fun. I think the Studios pack would be really well received if they wanted to redo it. But yeah, let's take you around the backlot. So as I said, if you're into the movies game, you would obviously recognize a lot of these sets. So we have our Chaplin stage where a lot of big movies were filmed. I'll probably fly up a bit. I won't do it as much as it is. We have our rooftop scene so that you can just film up here with the safety and everything of what's going on and nothing crazy is happening and whatever else. We got our cool birds here. See, animatronics and all that like that need to come back. Quality of life, I think, would be a really cool one. But yeah, as I said, really cool to just see how they would film different things and trying to work out how that would logistically work and all the extra stuff backstage. I almost saw, like I didn't. And then we've obviously got our wall walk. So this is like how Batman would walk up the side of the wall and such. And that was really fun to create. As I said, I had a lot of fun building a lot of these sets, having the car on the side and whatever else. And you would, oh, he's walking up the side with Robin and whatever else and film. And like, even you could have like he's hanging on for dear life before he falls. Like, really, really fun. I don't have any of the screens, it looks like, because I had the fake street on the side there, but I don't have it anymore. Our hallway flood scene, I can't see a sequencer. Yes, I can. So this is pretty much designed like one of the shots in Titanic. As you can see, our water is all set up. If I go in here, yeah, so our water dumpers are set up, ready to go. Went over the top like normal. And if we can, let's see, maybe I'll just leave that on. What do you reckon? Is that really affecting people? I suppose you're not here. I'm just talking to myself. And then are we playing? Yep. See what happens. Press play. Water starts to leak in. Everything's gone wrong, and then it bursts out and rushes towards the camera. Really fun. See if I can do it like how I did in the thing. Ready? Watch this, watch this. See if I can get it. And then we rush back. Oh no, I did it too soon. Okay, no. We'll try that again. When I hear the sparks, we gotta go, alright? Let's try. I hear the sparks. Oh, rushes towards camera. So you can do stuff like that. That was really cool. We have our beautiful island beach scene. So this is pretty much how they would have done stuff in the 90s, surely. 80s. Built the whole set. Ready to go. Tropical plants. Cave, or fake cave, really. You can have the backdrop painted whatever you want. Have this here for the, obviously, sitting on the beach shots. Wow. The camera does not like that angle for some reason. Oh, look at the reflections in the water. I miss the reflections. Cool. This is our fake city wall. So as you can see, let's make everyone sick and fly over really quick. You can see that the building up here is all designed just to look like everything's from a distance, but we even have the trees are designed to look really tiny from a distance. So now when we go over there, you can see that they're only tiny compared to everything else. Let's see if I can remember. I think it's in here. Nope, scenery. That's right, everything's in different screens back then. Animatronics. We'll go back to our old measuring stick. I thought it would all come back to me, but it's not. Who's the archer? Oh, here he is. So there you go. So that just shows you the size of a lot of these props. when I was designing all of this, Aquaman came out, the first one, and everyone knows that that was a global hit when that came out. So obviously I had to recreate a scene in there, obviously when he's underwater, pretending to be underwater. We add all this later. Grabbing a sword. This would probably be better at night, if I'm honest. See, you could play around with such cool lighting back then. We'd have our fake seaweed and such. Be able to film, have whatever else. That's how we designed shows back then. So you'd have your lights and whatever else. Our water effect if I wanted it. Not sure. I don't think I've seen a sequencer anywhere. See, no sequencer. No. Oh, maybe. Here we go. Rain and waterfall. Uh-oh, I just did something. Rain? Oh, I might need to go daytime for this. Rain? Oh, yeah, I remember. Remember when, so they're talking inside the ship. So when you're watching this, doesn't really give that effect at night. Okay. But it's designed to have that, like, oh, they're underwater effect, and like they've created an air bubble around them while they're talking. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Let's move on. Pause. Okay, so coming around, who moved this? Just a random submarine that I placed everywhere. But I think I had more fun like making it feel lived in, as if like people were really like moving stuff around, and it really was a backlot. Like, oh, that's the back of Crash Bandicoot. Well, it really does not like some areas. It freaks out. This is our cabin in the woods. Another really cool one. I don't think I put anything inside. No, because it's just a set. We have our exterior shot for the film. City explosion. So this is a explosion, which is how they film a lot of, say like a nuclear explosion goes off in a city. They'll build a miniature and they'll sit it sideways so that when it goes off, it shoots up towards the city as if it's expanding. Hang on, why don't I just show you instead of talking like that? Something like that. Doesn't really look realistic, but you get the point. Like, that's how it's really meant to be, as if something's happening in the distance and then it shoots forwards. I'm just going to leave this up because I'm clicking on too many sequences now and it's getting really weird. This, are we paused? I have to pause again. So our famous town flood scene. This was really cool to have like different traffic lights of, oh, you can go through. Really fun to build these ones. As I said, like I built a lot of these separately, and then it wasn't until I got that comment to put them all together that I was like, oh, that would be a pretty cool idea to put them all together. And then obviously having the flood scene was a part of it. Having, obviously we got our reserve of water that we take from. And then if we go here, so it's set up ready to go for the tram tour. So the tram tour would come in and would start like a proper movie scene. I won't talk because this is really loud. So there we go. We'd have our full flood scene, and then it would take off as the water rushes towards the reservoir at the back that we have. Weird stuff you can do in this game. Weird but fun stuff. Random tank. This is our Last of Us scene, so you can tell when like games and like stuff come out, because I come in and I would just build random stuff. This is our overgrown city. We obviously have the bridge in the background as our little marker to head towards. Our awesome flooded train tunnel with everything taking over. Weird one. What's it look like at night? Let's have a look. Okay, so it's really just, look at that. Cool. Sometimes you look at stuff and you're like, yeah, why didn't I release this? We have our awesome temple interior. So this is for our Indiana Jones. As you can see, he would not like this one whatsoever. But it's designed so they would be able to climb up and come inside the top here. So one of my favorite shots is in the Huntrix of Hell. I'll put up the video here of when I come down in this tunnel and you can sync lightning and that properly to it. So when you come in through, it's pitch dark, and then it just beautifully illuminates the statue. If you want to see something really cool that I put a lot of work into, do go watch that trailer, because it was really fun to create, and it was all created in this park here. We've obviously got the Matrix set. You've seen the trailer for that. This was pretty much what the basis of making it bigger was based upon. And the whole point was I wanted to create the trailers to represent the park, but then I don't know, it was a really weird time for my videos of me just not having the confidence of putting stuff out there. We've got the city block, which is obviously in a lot of shots. And as you can see, it's a double-edged sword of the stuff you build earlier can be used here. So obviously we have our miniature city that we had for Mainstreet is being used here for our little city block. And that was all designed to hopefully work together to create a cool thing. So this is just fake because it's not real. But this was fun to create stuff that, like, they'd need to be able to access different doors from the back. And how would you get up to the top of the scaffolding? Well, you'd have a ramp that would take you up here for a stunt fall or whatever else might be happening in the back. So that was really fun to try and work out different ways to do all of that stuff. Awesome little down part there. But yeah, you can pretty much film a lot of stuff in here. I remember filming a couple of things for, I think it was Batman Escape from Gotham was a lot filmed in this part especially. We have our submarine, also water zone here, which should have a sequencer here, and which had someone taking fire. So these were all designed as if like the tram tour pulled up next to it and was showing demonstrations of movies and such. And then direct hit. Wet the guess. So yeah, you can tell a lot of this. You can really tell where I was having fun and just being silly with it. And then I think our tram tour comes this way. Goes past here to our D-Day set, which you can see pretty basic. Nothing really crazy about all of these. And then I think I went up this way. Nope, I remember now. We went under here. So we came in through there, go through there, come up here, and then we enter our Melody Ranch. So this was when I was watching Westworld, and I thought, wow, look at that country town they keep using. And then I found out about Melody Ranch, which is obviously they built a whole Wild West town for them to use, and you can tell they really use it. If you look like carefully, like I do in a couple of movies where I like really enjoy that behind the scenes stuff. Places like this are really cool because they're literally designed for you to film a whole movie in here and never be able to see the same thing twice, especially in things like if you dress them up or whatever else. But well, look at that, tricked myself. I thought there was something in there, but there wasn't. Crazy. Okay, let's explore Melody Ranch. So, as I said, if you're familiar with Westworld, I'd love to see a couple of other movies that people know that Melody Ranch was used for. Please do put them in the comments. But yeah, every section was designed to be used in different things. Obviously, they would just green screen that out or whatever else. But yeah, you could film it. Wow, what is over here that it does not like? I think it's just when I look back into the town itself. Have our rundown buildings. We have some that have full interiors ready to set up and go. As I said, I really wanted it to feel like you could film in here if you really wanted to. As weird as that is to say. Got our jail. And then we have, oh, I think it's because I'm unpaused. So we have little things like the Man in Black, obviously, Westworld. Heavily inspired. that would interact with guests as they come around. They might stop here and you might come out of the saloon that's not filled, because a lot of these buildings, when I was doing my research on it from memory, was a lot of them are empty because you want to be able to come in as a director or a thing and dress it yourself. So the easiest thing to do is just to have all these buildings empty, and then they literally have a massive warehouse in the back here, like which I'm pretty sure I wanted to do, but I never did. Yeah. And it was just filled with like tables and chairs and wagons and everything you can think of for a Wild West theme is in there. And you literally can just go and grab whatever you want and take it and fill all of these rooms and such, and pretty much have everything ready to go. So really cool if you go and look at how they used to make all them old movies and such. Whether they still do it now, I'm not sure. Maybe Quentin Tarantino, that's probably a thing that he would be doing. But yeah, I'm not sure. A lot of people film on volumes and such now that they don't really have to worry about it. I'm pretty sure I had another show set up here. I think it's here. Yeah, this was just a little mini stunt show, I'm pretty sure. Like, when you go on the actual Hollywood tram thing, I've never really gone on it. I've obviously only seen from videos and such that they do have like little parts that are interactable and such for guests to sit through and watch and whatever else. Obviously it doesn't have to be over the top or whatever, but you'd have your little actors, and they were pretty cool pieces that we got. Oops, nope, he didn't jump that time. Oh, there he goes. These is what I'd really love to see in the Planet Coaster 2 is the stunt pack. Like, I'd love a whole stuntman section for that we can create our own shows, because it was really fun creating that, and if they could expand upon that and go even crazier with it, it'd be awesome. Who knows what the future might hold. But yeah, pretty cool to see our whole Wild West town set up, ready to go. As I said, like, it just keeps going. There's so many different... Oh wait, this is my warehouse here. So I had it all set up, and then obviously you can tell by the frame rate, especially on my old PC, these games were scary because one crash and it would all be gone. Let's get rid of this. But then you head into the train station. So this is pretty much like, yeah, as I said, just being able to film at any angle and being able to see the whole town, really cool, really fun to try and recreate and such. Hidden people everywhere. This was our awesome train station set up, and as of course you don't really have to have the whole track set up, but yeah. And then obviously the next, you're pretty much seeing like the progression of shows that I would be watching while I was building this, is the Crown. We have Buckingham Palace, which was set up, pretty much designed for, I don't know, whatever you might be filming that you would need Buckingham Palace. I just thought that was just a really fun one to create. Real simple, you can tell it's not much in it, but real fun and weird. I love creating weird stuff in this game. As I said, stuff it's not meant for, I really enjoy building. Have your fake wings and such that people would come in and whatever else. As I said, I really enjoyed the creating the behind the scenes stuff to make it look like it really was a working studio. This is our awesome car chase. I don't have the screens for this anymore. I tried to find all of the old files and such, but I have like 6 hard drives with all the footage that I've ever filmed. And I've been slowly trying to go through and delete it all. So I don't know whether I've deleted it or I haven't. Who knows? But yeah, this used to have a rolling screen that like trees and whatever else would go past, so that when you would film your car scene, you would have it here. I'll try and, if I remember, I'll put up a scene from one of my trailers where I had someone shooting out of the car. So it was a fake background and someone was literally here just like hanging out the window shooting. And that was pretty much how that scene was shot. Oh, I don't think this, maybe I do. Let's see. No. So you can tell, like, with the lights, they'll create the illusion of like someone driving over. That noise is the Western piano that used to love to attach itself to sequences back in the day. Really fun, really fun. Then we head into our backstage area. So this was where I was filming all of my big big scenes, and I've already revealed it with Transformers. So probably one of my favorite explosion scenes from a movie is from Transformers, the one in Egypt. I think it's 2. I don't think it's 3. I don't know, it's been so long since I watched it. But having that desert explosion was really cool to, if I could show you, to recreate. That whole sequence at the end of Huntrix from Hell was really fun to create, but let's see. So her tank shooting. Obviously the smoke goes up. Look at that. I just enjoy making some weird stuff in this game. And I even put like little barrels of like petrol and whatever else that they'd put. And then you had our fly camera. So the camera would be running as the explosion chases it away. Let's try and do that one more time just to show you. So it's our cannon fire. Doesn't match up. Fun stuff. So you just gotta have fun in this game because it's just really cool. Oh, this is my first blueprint. I forgot to tell you. Sorry, I'll go back to the Wild West. This is my first blueprint that I ever uploaded. Was a church. I don't know why. I think it was just me checking the workshop and going, oh, no one's done like a Wild West church. Look how like weird and over the top that is. So cool. So cool to keep it and remember where you came from, you know. So anyone that comments on my things being like, how did you learn to build all this stuff? This is what I used to build. And I still believe I build like this. But, oh man, I keep forgetting I have the signs everywhere. I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if you could tell what this is. But this is the Matrix scene, which is a really fun scene to watch. But they built a really long section of highway just to film this. And I thought, that'd be really cool in my movie studio. Do I have a sequencer for this? I think this is set up because I was filming. Yes, I would have been. See all the stunt stuff we used to get? So cool. But, yeah, you have your little off-ramp here, and you'd go up here. And then, obviously, Morpheus cuts the car on the side, and it flips, and then he turns and he shoots, and it explodes with the people in it. So, if you can just tell there, just imagine, right? Morpheus is turned, starts shooting, you see little sparks shooting off as he's trying to hit the petrol tank, and then it explodes. Which would be, let's see if I can get this. No way I can get this. Whoops. So I need to go up and spin. No, I'm not going to be able to get this shot. No way. So up and spin. Boom! And then he flies up towards the camera. So you can tell I've spent hours on something that's literally probably just for me. Had a lot of fun on that. But I'm pretty sure that covers everything. That's pretty much everything in the whole movie park. As you can tell, I literally filled up every corner of this thing as I could. Very ambitious for my first... is this a SpaceX rocket that I created? Does it work? I think it does. I think I had it fire. Oh, I did. Yeah. Quick, get out of it. So it'll take off. See? This game is so fun because you can just create whatever you want in it. I felt like creating a SpaceX rocket, so I did. But that is our tour. So you'd pretty much do a whole lap and then you come back into here. And then it's over. And then we exit as, look at this, do you remember like all of our early builds and such where it's just really just, I need to get out here, so just go out that way. But that is Planet Studio. As I said, I would really love if Planet Coaster, or I shouldn't say Planet Coaster, if Frontier went down a Planet movie game, I think, or Planet Studio, I think that would be really cool to design and make your own movies like the movies game. That's just where my head's at of what I think would be a really cool direction to go in, because I really can't think of anything else really for a Planet game to be. I'm not sure. Maybe Planet Aquarium or something like that. I'm not sure. But it's cool where you can see little glimpses of movie world. So for anyone familiar with my movie world build, I built the entrance here, and that's pretty much yeah, where little things start. As I said, I wasn't. This is my first like full park, so creating stuff was really like daunting to me of releasing it. Obviously, so much that I didn't even release it to anyone. But here's our control tower. That I don't think I put anything inside, did I? Oh, it's just a computer. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm unsure whether I'll upload this. Let me know if it's something you would want in the comments. Mainly because, well, I don't like that console players can't play with this and have fun with it. So if you are a console player and you do want to play it, I'm sorry you can't. That's pretty much, this is the way Planet Coaster was. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I don't know, it's been really fun for me to go back and look at all this. Now I get to go back through my other saves. I don't know what else I might be able to find. If that's something you're interested in seeing what else I dig up, let me know. I should have the new stadium coming out next week, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then we'll start designing a show for that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much my schedule at the moment, is trying to catch up with videos again. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, enjoy.